Our world is but a fragment of our universe, and there's so much we haven't seen yet. Every discovery out here was worth it.
Shipwide, please. Shire has taken us all the way to our first stop, safe and sound. We'll be maneuvering closer to allow an RV the chance to analyze the beacon's data. Stand by for more. I want the whole crew in on what we find.
God, finally! Why did nobody tell me space was so damn big?
We thought you'd know by now, Joe.
Good morning, Dr. Lee. We have arrived at our destination. The signal buoy matches a configuration from the second star manifest. The current shipboard time is 13 minutes and 57 seconds past 0500 hours. Quartermaster Ramakrishna requests all personnel settle their duty checklists ahead of schedule while I complete beacon analysis.
I'll get on that.
Sorry, Dr. Lee. I did not process that. Can you please repeat?
I'll get on that.
Sorry, Dr. Lee. I did not process that. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Sorry, Dr. Lee. I did not process that. Can you please repeat?
I'll get on that.
Sorry, Dr. Lee. I did not process that. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, I'll get on that.
Sorry, Dr. Lee. I did not process that. Can you please repeat?
I'll make sure that checklist gets done before meeting with the crew.
Very good, Doctor. I appreciate the clarification. If you would not mind further imposition at this time, your personal communication device requires recalibration due to recent adjustment of the shipboard network. Permission to pose you a few basic background queries?
Ask away.
Then let us begin. What career path were you engaged in prior to contracting with the Persistence mission?
I work for a private company with ties to Eros researching terraforming technology. Eros approached me personally a year ago for astronaut training.
Excellent, Doctor. This data corresponds to system records. Step 1 of calibration complete. Next query. In what manner did your familial relations react to your decision to join the Persistence mission?
My family was a big supporter of the second star mission. When I received the offer to join the Persistence crew, I think they may have been more enthused than I was, actually.
Thank you, Doctor. Your vocal inflections have been verified. Step 2 of calibration complete. Final query. What interest drove you to pursue participation in the Persistence mission?
I knew from the get-go this was a search and rescue mission. But I also think we could give humanity a glimpse of what's beyond the solar system. We might even be able to look deeper into how ecosystems of other planets function compared to Earth's.
That is a noble pursuit, Dr. Lee. Thank you again for your time. Communications calibration is now complete.
Glad to hear it.
A number of messages are available for perusal on the personal communication terminal in your laboratory. When you have finished your morning routine, please check in with Commander Diane.
All right then. Thanks, Anavi. There's a lot of stuff in here. Not looking forward to cleaning this out. Spare beds. Important for a search and rescue mission. Let's see what this beauty can do for us. Can't hurt to look at the instructions one more time. Last thing I want is for... This could have a lot of useful parts. Can't hurt to look at the instructions one more time. Last thing I want is for Joey to yell at me. Again. Enough of this view. Staring into the void. You know, just everyday space things, and I'm talking to myself again.
I am here too, Dr. Lee. I did not intend to startle you. Apologies.
Well, I'm not sure if I should feel embarrassed or not, but thanks for the emotional support, Hanavi. Coffee. My old Terran friend. You'd be surprised how many of these cans we have lying around. Can't wait to get some samples for this. We'll need to set up the rest of these eventually. The more the merrier. Can't wait to get some samples for this.
fixed it. Thank you, Dr. Lee. Your assistance has brought Ashtanga Yoga back to our holistic health regime.
The health of this crew is vital to our mission's success.
I'm glad we agree on this. It's my duty to ensure the well-being of all those on the Persistence. Employing a variety of methodologies is the best way to achieve this, especially when those I'm assisting reside in close quarters. Thank you again, Dr. Lee.
We'll need to set up the rest of these eventually. The more the merrier. Can't wait to get some samples for this. Commander, the lab checks out. All equipment is accounted for and running at optimal efficiency.
Understood. Good to have you join us.
Commander, I have completed the analysis of the data stored within the second star beacon.
What did? Are you all seeing this?
These aren't just vectors. They're coordinates for surface locations.
The crew of the second star embedded a summary of the planetary investigations they conducted in this quadrant. The beacon appears to have been placed 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 5 seconds prior to the last known broadcast Mission Control received from their communications officer.
What sort of investigations are we talking about? Any idea what they found?
The data indicates 3 planets which exhibited potential to support Terran life forms. Celestial bodies TK-234, IR-761, and BN-397. The second star crew colloquially referred to these locations as Takaroa, Urkala, and Banyan. They note these nicknames to be easier on human memory, so I will use this vernacular for your convenience. Takaroa boasts a vast blanketing of nutrient-rich oceans, all of which rapidly froze solid when an asteroid knocked the planet out of its circumstellar habitable zone. Urkala hosts an ecosystem in its infancy with a molecular backbone of silicon rather than carbon, and demonstrates numerous temperature extremes. Banyan is densely forested and possesses a heavy atmosphere composed of gases toxic to Terran life, primarily condensed in a zone up to 80 meters from the crust. Well, they all look great. Super hospitable. We still have no idea what happened to the crew, though.
There's about 1 million possibilities this far from home. Maybe some of them got stranded.
Honestly, I'm surprised they made it to 3 different planets. Impressed, but surprised. If you haven't already, Anavi, would you kindly make this data accessible to everyone?
We should visit all 3 planets. If we're really lucky, we'll complete our mission earlier than expected and bring the second star crew home in one piece.
Have to start somewhere. Just say the word, and I'll get us there, boss.
Well, exactly none of them sound like a fun place to get caught with your pants down. Has anyone considered not sending Lee to get pantsed by a hostile planet?
Perhaps we should go to Banyan while we double-check the Level 1 weather gear.
We've discussed this already. Lee will be the one walking around down there. They are the most familiar with the second star tag. So Lee, if you had been the second star science officer, where would you have taken her first?
It's hard to say at this point. With your permission, Commander, I'd like the opportunity to analyze the data further before making a recommendation.
Fair enough. Tell me when you've made up your mind.
Planetary data retrieved from the beacon is now available in all crew members' personal logs.
Have you made a decision, Doctor?
Commander, I was hoping I could get your opinion regarding our destination options.
Perhaps you should consult the data Anavi added to your logs. It might give you a better idea where the second star may have gone.
With all due respect, I thought I was asking for your opinion, sir, not a referral.
I've asked you to make an informed decision here, Doctor. You can always check with the crew's opinions if you're struggling. But make up your mind and get back to me. Good luck.
You sounded like you had your mind made up already during the meeting. Care to elaborate on that?
The lava and ice planets seem the most dangerous. Why not get your footing on Banyan first? It would give us time to double-check your gear.
Have we taken carnivorous flora into account? That's dangerous too. Could easily lose a foot in there, you know.
True, but in that case, it's easier to explain to your family that you were devoured by a hypothetical plant with teeth than you dying due to exposure because I didn't do my job.
You had some opinions earlier, right? Which planet would you go to?
You're asking me? Well, I mean, they all sound terrible, but if I had to choose, I guess warmth is a pretty strong draw on a habitat, even if it might be a little extreme. Maybe check out Akala first.
And with a little imagination, it could almost be like a day spa. Hot, humid, incredibly dangerous.
What the hell kind of day spas have you been going to? And tell me all about them when you get back in one piece, yeah?
I'm no pilot. Is there any planet in particular that catches your eye?
Nope. I wouldn't sweat it too much. If we're visiting all of them, I vote we get on with it already. Talking in circles won't get us any closer to finding the ship.
The commander did ask for my recommendation. You've got a point.
I know. Glad you see it too.
So, Doctor, which planet do you think we should explore first?
Anavi's data states that life once existed on the icy world Takaroa. The rapid freezing the planet experienced would likely have preserved its life form in a stasis similar to cryogenics. This would have made it of prime interest to the second star. I recommend we begin our investigation there.
Winter holidays all year round, but no one to celebrate them with. What a trade-off. I don't envy whatever lived down there.
Neither do I. Winter is not my preferred season, and the thought of having to endure sub-zero temperatures eternally... Ugh, what a dreadful notion.
Enough of this view.
Have you made a decision, Doctor?
IR-761 would be our best bet. Silicon-based life? The science officer would have had a field day. They might have stayed on the planet longer.
Sounds good. Anavi, get me those coordinates. Shia, ready for another ride?
This is Shia to all crew. Approach checklist is complete. Akala is looking mighty bright from up here. Thought you all should know.
Sensor readings indicate structures from the second star to be present, though I am unable to pinpoint their precise locations. Initial scans suggest Urkala possesses a vast network of subterranean caverns, and such equipment may be concealed by rock density.
That should be a good place to start the planet investigation. Shaya, take us into orbit, please.
Due to the presence of widespread volcanic activity, surface temperatures average 85 degrees Celsius. Ash storms and scalding gaseous steam are also prevalent. I would advise against departure from the ground shuttle without a hazard suit.
Oh man, and we were about to see Lee out in their underwear. Thanks for the reminder, Anavi. That was a close one. I double-checked every seal, joint, and piece of gear on your suit. You'll find everything in the shuttle dock.
All right, I've reached the surface. Are you getting my feed?
It's coming through. I can see you walking out there. And the view, magnificent. Feed keeps cutting off though. Is that an issue on our end or yours?
Magnificent is not the word I'd use. Awful, maybe. Terrifying. Problematic even. Damn it! It looks like there's something on this magnificent planet that's messing with our systems.
At least your suit appears to be operating normally. All sensors are showing adequate compensation for the environmental Oh! Now that's an interesting phenomenon.
Wow. Definitely not something you see every day.
A conglomeration of minute magnetic fields present in the plentiful iron-bearing minerals seems to have resulted in powerful dipolar currents. As our current data on this effect is incomplete, please be advised of possible fluctuations and proceed with caution.
Those rocks were floating long before we got here. Chances are they will be long after we're gone. Let's try not to upset whatever forces are keeping them afloat.
Noted. We've got active lava flows a few kilometers up north. Shouldn't pose a risk here, though.
Dr. Lee, one of the second star structures our scanners detected appears to be positioned due east of your current location.
Copy that, Anavi.
Leka. We'll be monitoring you the entire time, and ready in case we need to get you out of there. Remember, no unnecessary risks. Good luck, Doctor.
This is our 8th day of planetary observation on IR 761. Extracting samples of the bauxite ore has been an exciting process for us all. Finding a good source of aluminum has been on our list since the very beginning, and Showilawu in particular seems to be in high spirits at these discoveries. Seismic activity makes further exploration difficult, as well as interfering with our comm system. Carter has calibrated the system multiple times and noted the wires need reattaching, probably as a direct result of the frequent tremors. I have put in a request with Lieutenant Boshkov to replace the stripped wires with switches in the control panel. This should help hold the configuration in place during future quakes.
Anavi, do we have any data on this life form?
A fascinating specimen, Dr. Lee. This silicon-based entity extends many kilometers beneath you. All of these outcroppings are part of the same individual.
Amazing. Look at how it glows. Anavi, do we have any data on this life form?
A fascinating specimen, Dr. Lee. This silicon-based entity extends many kilometers beneath you. All of these outcroppings are part of the same individual.
Amazing. Look at how it glows.
Dr. Lee, readings indicate a number of thermal anomalies in your immediate vicinity. The vapor from these vents may surpass 400 degrees centigrade, exceeding the protective rating of your encounter suit by a significant value.
The Persistence may have a state-of-the-art medbay, but I see no reason to test its limits by getting too close.
Got it. I'll be careful. Up ahead. Look.
It appears to be a communications tower corresponding to equipment from the second star manifest.
See what you can find there. Don't forget, safety first.
Copy that. Ah, iron. Good to see a familiar face. Beautiful. Certainly nothing back on Earth like this. I wonder how long it would take me to walk there. Beautiful.
The mountains and craters dominating the landscape display evidence of severe tectonic movement and volcanic activity. These impressive features are more comparable to mountains on Mars than Earth, initial data showing them to be an average of 16 kilometers in height, as if that wasn't enough to be excited about. Earth's 20% of mountains is nothing compared to the 65% here. Of the remaining terrain, roughly 29% is craters, and 6% consistent enough to be considered flat. In addition to the extreme heights, the asymmetry factor is quite extreme, further indication that Urkala's geology is under regular stress. A brief study of the craters presented a plethora of minerals for analysis, including a sample of extrusive igneous rock I think might be basalt. I'll be taking it back to the ship this afternoon to confirm. Judging by the abundance of rust we've discovered so far, I can already tell Urkala promises a unique blend of familiar minerals. Increasingly, its kinship with our old friend Mars is apparent. It seems reasonable to hypothesize that the iron oxide is responsible for the abundance of red in the landscape. Urkala has only begun introducing itself to us. Tomorrow I'll begin mapping the planet's tectonic plates with the GPS receiver and the second star's satellite.
Anavi, do we have any data on this life form?
A fascinating specimen, Dr. Lee. This silicon-based entity extends many kilometers beneath you. All of these outcroppings are part of the same individual.
Amazing. Look at how it glows.
Any reason why you're northbound, Doctor? Anavi tells me she detected a second star structure to the southeast.
I mean, hey, unless you feel like taking a dip in a lava pool, it's your call.
Right. Just taking a quick look around.